Thank you to our studio audience for joining us today on Delmarva Life. To find out how you can join us, we'd love to have you. Become a member of our studio audience by visiting delmarvalife.com. Click on the show tab, or there's a phone number on your screen right now. Call it 443-880-9116. The month of April, Parkinson's Disease Awareness Month, and the Parkinson's Disease Foundation reports that there are as many as 1 million Americans alive today with the debilitating disease.
And we all know a couple of famous faces trying to cope with Parkinson's. Actor Michael J. Fox, who was diagnosed in 1991, and of course, boxing great Muhammad Ali, diagnosed with Parkinson's back in 1984. Our next guests are working to put a stop to this disease, and they're asking for your help along the way.
Art Cooley is the co-founder of the Lower Shore Parkinson's Support Group. He has been diagnosed with Parkinson's. Also, Mickey Bailey is the event organizer of Party for Parkinson's, which is an awareness event that we're going to talk about here in just a second. Thanks for joining us this afternoon, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Art, let me start from the very beginning. How did you get it? Tell me a little bit about your story.
Symptoms began to manifest themselves in 2008, and I was officially diagnosed in 2009. I initially noticed handwriting starting to get erratic and smaller, and a slight tremor in one of my hands, and then a sense of rigidity or stiffness, which are all among the early signs of Parkinson's disease.
Right, those were the signs that you saw in yourself, but there's actually several signs, early signs. Can you tell us what those are?
That's correct. Those are some of them. Bradykinesia, which is slowness of movement. People tend to slow down in their movements. Rigidity is one of the cardinal indicators of Parkinson's disease. There are earlier symptoms such as sleep issues that could be an early indicator of Parkinson's disease.
Okay, and slurred speech, is that one of them?
That is one of the symptoms of Parkinson's disease, yes.
So you are the co-founder of the support group.
Yes, I went looking for a support group after I was diagnosed, and there was not one still in the area. There had been one previously, but it had disbanded when the leadership moved away. So I joined with some friends, and we co-founded the Lower Shore Parkinson's Support Group in March of 2010. And we now have a little over 100 members in that group.
Really?
Wow. Now, there's no cure for Parkinson's, so there's desperate need for research money. And Mickey, you're part of an organization that's helping you have a fundraiser coming up, basically.
We do.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, Exit Shore Realty and the Root Group has teamed up with Art at the Lower Shore Parkinson's Support Group and Research Center. We wanted to just be able to give back. Our broker at the Exit Shore Realty has Parkinson's disease, and we felt like it was just something near and dear to our heart to be a part of. So
and we have a picture of him right there. That's Art right there.
Yeah. So we have made it casino nights, Party for Parkinson's. It's going to be on April 28th from 7 to 11 at the Elks Lodge in Salisbury, Maryland, and it's going to be a great time. And our goal is to raise about $10,000 for the research group so that they could have different things for the organization, like their Dance for PD, which is a great event for them, and just to raise money and do whatever they need to do with it. So.
I want to correct myself. The picture was of Harry Roop, who's with Exit Realty.
Right.
Art is with us today.
Right.
So do you think there's not really many people that are aware of Parkinson's or how deeply it reaches into families?
There really isn't a strong awareness of it. It's actually the second most prevalent neurodegenerative disease behind Alzheimer's in the world. And while we have over 100 members in our group, Peninsula Regional has estimated there's several thousand people in the lower half of Delmarva with Parkinson's disease. So we're trying to get the word out as much as possible that there is a support group where they can come for help or for information. We'll be glad to provide literature to folks on the early warning signals that they can look for in family or friends.
And on some of those early warning signs that you were mentioning, that's on the literature so that we can get a better idea of, is this really something I need to worry about?
That's correct. I mean, if you begin to see a number of these indicators happen, it might be leading up to Parkinson's disease, and it's worth getting an early diagnosis because you can more effectively deal with the disease and improve your quality of life with early diagnosis.
Now, the funds that are raised from the event, where does that go?
100% of all the funds that are raised from the event are going to go to Arthur's, their Lower Shore support group. Then he, in turn, is going to give some to the foundation, to like the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and to the national organization as well. So.
We'll use some of it for programs for our members, like Dance for PD, which requires special training, and special Tai Chi or yoga programs for folks that have movement disorders. And then we'll give part of it to the national organizations that fund research in search of a cure.
Which still benefits people here locally.
Absolutely.
All right, Mickey, we are going to put up the information, the event details on our screen one more time, and if you could, just go over them for us.
Sure. It's going to be Saturday, April 28th from 7 to 11. It's at the Salisbury Elks Lodge in Salisbury, Maryland, and the tickets are $25. Now, with that, you get your dinner and you get the entertainment, and you can redeem those tickets as well after the event for $10 of a round of golf at the Elks Pro Shop.
That's
so
really
it's
a good
casino night,
deal.
come ready to have fun.
That's right.
Exactly
Thank
right.
you so much
You're
for
welcome.
joining us
Thank
this
you for
afternoon.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And if you would like to buy a ticket for the great cause or to read more about Parkinson's disease, go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab.
Still ahead on Delmarva Life, who can you trust these days? Up next, steps you can take to make sure that you're not the victim of a financial scam.
Attorney Michael Farlow is here to help. Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva.